WUB Network, America's sports leader, presents the Progressive Cup Series. We are live from Charlotte Motor Speedway for one of the big events of the year, the Coca Cola 600. I'm Eddie Kalegi. First, let's send it to the Nabisco pre-race show.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Nabisco pre-race show. I'm Ed Kalegi, joined by Trip McGinnis, and today we'll be prepping you for the upcoming Coca Cola 600. With the engines firing in just a few moments, what kind of racing will we see, Trip?
Well, Ed, the Coca Cola 600 at Charlotte may be the most grueling event of the season. 22 laps in a mile and a half is just crazy, so this race will be a long one. However, the benefit that comes from a longer race is that if a driver has problems early in the race, they have a long time to rebound. One other important thing, these drivers should have marked this race on their calendar as an important one, not just because it's a prestigious motorsports event, but also because we come back to Charlotte for the season finale, where the stakes will be even higher.
Now it's time for our Subway selections. Trip, who's your pick?
Martin Truex Jr. seems to run well every single week, and all he's missing is a win. Starting on the pole, look for that to change.
My choice is Dale Earnhardt Jr., who just recently displayed his Charlotte strength with a second-place finish in the All-Star race. Now to Eddie Kalegi in the booth.
Thanks, guys, and we welcome you to Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Coca Cola 600. 39 drivers ready to battle. Let's see our drivers to watch for. Martin Truex Jr. starts up front. He's on the pole. Kurt Busch starts a season-best second. Ryan Blaney won last week's All-Star race right here in Charlotte. Dale Jr. nearly won that race. He's the highest starting Hendrick car. Jimmy Johnson struggled in qualifying. Fernando Alonso makes his debut. And Landon Castle won last week at Dega. Now the command.
Please welcome your Grand Marshal, Chris Evans. Drivers, start your engines!
Chris Evans with an epic command as the cars begin to roll off. Now let's see how these guys line up for the Coca Cola 600. It's our starting grid. In row 1, it's Martin Truex Jr. and Kurt Busch. Then in row 2, Brad Keselowski and Austin Dillon. Nice qualifying effort for him. Then Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, Eric Almirola, Eric Jones, row 4. Row 5, Joey Logano and Kyle Larson. Row 6, Ryan Blaney and Matt Kenseth. In row 7, Dale Jr. and Jamie Rockwell. Row 8, Jamie McMurray and the Dinger. Row 9 is Denny Hamlin and Casey Mears. Nice qualifying effort. Row 10, Chase Elliott, Trevor Bayne. Row 11, Clint Boyer, Ryan Newman. Row 12, Jimmy Johnson and Matt DiBenedetto. Row 13, Daniel Suarez and Chris Buescher. Row 14, Paul Menard, and there he is, Fernando Alonso. Row 15, Ty Dillon and Joey Gase. Row 16, McDowell and Landon Castle. Row 17, Danica and Casey Kane. Row 18, David Reagan, Ricky Stenhouse, way back there. Row 19, Timothy South and Jeffrey Earnhardt. And DJ Kennington, the Canadian, rounds out the field. DNQ's Chase Montgomery, Greg Alding, Carl Long. Now looking at your race facts. 22 laps, pit window 10 to 12 laps. 2 pit stops will most likely be required, and watch for tire wear. Now to Debbie Daniels.
Martin Truex starts from the pole today. Can the driver of the 78 Toyota finally get his much-deserved first win of the year? Ed?
It's been a quiet year for Kurt Busch, with Kevin Harvick stealing the spotlight at Stewart-Haas Racing. Rolling off the grid from a season-high second, can Kurt have a solid run?
Jimmy Johnson was a favorite to win today's race, but a poor qualifying effort put him back in 23rd for the start. Can 7-time battle back and contend for the win? Back to the booth. Thanks, guys. Trip, are you ready? Here we go. Green flag, let's go, let's roll. Martin Truex Jr., Kurt Busch lead them down through 1 and 2. Truex with the advantage. Keselowski looking under Kurt Busch for second. There's Austin Dillon, Kevin Harvick. Truex pulling in front early as Keselowski tries to get by the 41 through 3 and 4. It looks like he will. The Fords battle for second as Martin Truex Jr. will lead lap 1 with Keselowski now on his tail. Kurt Busch falling back on board with him. Yeah, Brad Keselowski, that orange too hot in pursuit of Truex right now. He's alongside with him. Yeah, down the backstretch they come side by side. I think Keselowski's going to get him here through 3 and 4. Truex with the nose ahead right now, but Keselowski gets an advantage and beats him to the line as we begin lap number 3. They come by a lot of 3 wide. Kevin Harvick now into the picture into 3rd. Yeah, they're already in lap traffic. There's DJ Kennington, Jeffrey Earnhardt. Harvick, Kurt Busch, now Larson battling Austin Dillon for 5th back there. There's Martin Truex trying to catch Keselowski. Keselowski now barricading himself in the lap traffic, trying to get as far away from Truex as possible. We're on lap 4, Keselowski getting past even more slow cars. How about Kurt Busch back there? Will he lose 4th from Larson? On board with Kurt Busch now, and it looks like Larson's going to get by him. As Keselowski, a big gap over Truex. lap number 5. We will be back after this commercial break. Keselowski, your leader. Are you planning to start a stop-motion series? Are you a fan of a series that doesn't get enough recognition? Then check out the NASCAR Stop-Motion News channel for news, updates, and to introduce you to other series all around the world. A link is in the description. Next weekend, Monster Energy's Saturday afternoon baseball returns. Aaron Judge and the red-hot Yankees battle the bitter rival Red Sox in Beantown. Only here on WUB Network. Thanks, guys. We're back. Keselowski with a big lead. Oh, trouble. Yeah, hard on the wall. Joey Gase, and I believe, is that Chase Elliott? Yes, that is. Caution here on lap 7. Gase getting towed away. Chase Elliott coming down pit road. Wow, that 24 is destroyed. Let's see a replay. Yeah, watch Joey Gase. Something went wrong, either the brakes or the tires. Anyway, he comes up. Chase Elliott, an innocent bystander, nowhere to go. Here it is in real speed, brought to you by Ream. Yeah, and wow, big hit for the 24. In the driver's side door. Both cars to the garage, now pit stops.
Austin Dillon might have his best number 3 Chevrolet of the season. He just snuck into the top 5 before that caution, and he says the car is handling great. Just 4 tires and fuel for Dillon. Kirk?
Brad Keselowski has that Penske power on his side today. The driver of the 2 says that there is nothing to complain about, so just 4 tires and fuel, and he's away. Debbie?
The 78 is beginning to fade. Truex says that the car is loose exiting the corners and tight in the tri-oval. Some adjustments for the 78, and he's away.
Thanks to our friends on pit road, Brad Keselowski wins the race off, but he's not your leader as we restart on lap 11. It's Danica Patrick leading her first laps of the year. She took the wave around, didn't pit. Keselowski having a great day. He'll restart on her outside. Matt Kenseth has climbed into the top 5 in the Stars and Stripes 20. Kurt Busch going backwards. He's fallen back. Bass Pro Shops Lucky Fish, Casey Mears, Ryan Blaney had a lug nut violation, and how about first stock car pit stop for Fernando Alonso? He drives through too many boxes. Green flag back in the air. Wow, Danica falling back already. She's out of the top 5. She's going to end up stacking up everybody. All kinds of problems. I don't know how they're not crashing yet. Yeah, look at this big break in the field behind Larson. Larson gets loose as Patrick falling back. Oh, is she trying to come down pit road? She isn't. She gets plowed into by the 99. Upended, and the caution comes out. Wow, big crash. And Danica Patrick is not happy. She's shaking her head and going over to the 99, and you can see her displeasure yelling at the driver of the 99. I don't know who's at fault there. We see a replay. Yeah, she's on the outside of her teammate Kurt Busch. She just comes down in front of the 99.
Sorry, guys. I didn't see her. Did she come down or did I go up?
That's not your fault. She came down. She was trying to pit in the middle of the traffic. She's a crazy woman.
Well, there's the perspective of the 99 team on that crash. Yeah, Chris Stapleton, he ain't too happy. Now let's look at our Charlotte fan predictions. Who you like? Firefang 536 and also Stephen Clift, who picked Kyle Larson. Of course, NASCAR Jonathan, who picked Brad Keselowski. And everyone who picked Truex, Tim Hortons Cup Series, NASCAR Jack, and Daniel Knutson. Now we're ready to restart lap 15 of 22. Brad Keselowski looks to have the best car today, and now he's back in front where he deserves to be. Harvick has charged to the front. He's up to second. Kyle Busch started out good. He's fallen out of the top 10. Bass Pro Shops Lucky Fish, Ty Dillon. Great flag back in the air. Keselowski and Harvick looking good out there. Harvick actually battling pretty well with him. Kenseth going to the outside, trying to make a 3-wide situation for third. Truex clears both of his competitors. Now Larson getting back alongside with the 78 as Harvick continues to hang in there against Keselowski. Yeah, it's looking pretty good in that 4 car. I'm pretty impressed right now. Harvick on the outside of Keselowski, hanging in there, but Keselowski's going to clear him through turn 2. Nice effort there from the 4 car, showing a lot of speed at 1.5 miles once again. Now they're passing DJ Kennington, and the caution's out. Car blowing up, tri-oval, Jeffrey Earnhardt. Another caution. This is becoming a caution spree. Jeffrey Earnhardt now out of the race, 5th car to the garage, not a pit road.
It hasn't been a good year by any means for Matt Kenseth, but that could change today. 4 tires and gas for the 20. Ed?
Brad Keselowski's been strong all day, but his dominance seems to be fading. The driver of the 2 doesn't know what the problem is, but he feels that the car is getting gradually slower. Just 4 tires and fuel for Keselowski. And he stalls in the pits.
You're right, Ed. Heartbreak for Brad Keselowski. Yeah, and all these guys stayed out. Yeah, 3 laps to go. Keselowski way in the back now. 8 lead lap cars didn't pit. We'll go through them one by one. Kevin Harvick will restart out front. Keselowski's teammate Joey Logano second. Eric Almirola to third. Kyle Busch back up there in 4th. Clint Boyer to 5th. Jimmy Johnson, we haven't talked about him yet much today, 6th. Allmendinger 7th. Fernando Alonso right in the thick of things in 8th. Truex won the race off pit road. He restarts 9th. Keselowski all the way back in 13th. Stenhouse, the Bass Pro Shops lucky fish. 3 to go. Green flag back in the air. Wow, guys spinning the tires. Almirola, Alonso. Here comes Truex already. He's already to 3rd. 9th to 3rd through that restart. And now Logano side by side with him. Can they catch Harvick? Truex is in dead. What a run by Logano through turn 3. Logano from 3rd to 1st and all kinds of problems for Harvick. 2 to go. Yeah, Harvick, he's really loose. He's falling way back. There's something wrong. And now Logano has cleared Truex and is starting to put a little bit of a gap on him down the backstretch. Larson under Harvick for 3rd will get that spot as they come through lap traffic, coming to 1 lap to go. Can Joey get it done? Does he have enough gas? That's a risk these guys took. Logano gunning it through 1 and 2. Truex, and there's a caution. Big crash. Oh, man. Alonso, Allmendinger, Suarez, caution out. Race is over. Joey Logano wins. You see all the debris as they come across. Joey Logano, first checkered flag of 2017. The gamble pays off. Well, Roger Penske still got a car in victory lane today. And Joey Logano burns it down. A dominating day for Penske. Logano wins the race. Truex 2nd, then Larson, Kenseth, Kevin Harvick the top 5. Dylan Keselowski rebounded for 7th. Hamlin, Kyle Busch, and shout out to Ryan Newman. Didn't talk about him much. He finished 10th. Eric Jones 11th. Almirola, Kurt Busch, Jimmy Johnson fell to 14th. Blaney 15th. And Boyer, McMurray, Trevor Bayne, Junebug, and Casey Mears rounded out the top 20. Back of the lead lap, Ricky Stenhouse, Ty Dillon. Now the lapped cars. McDowell, Menard, Kane, DiBenedetto, Buescher, Castle, Alonso, who got some damage in that crash. Allmendinger 30th. Yeah, rounding out the pack, Daniel Suarez also in that wreck, Reagan, South, Kennington, and the DNFs, Jeffrey Earnhardt, Jamie Rockwell, Danica, Chase Elliott, and Joey Gase rounding out the 39-car field. Shifting gears to our point standings halfway through the regular season, and now Joey Logano up to 3rd after that victory. Martin Truex Jr. now the best in terms of points. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. right on the bubble, Rockwell right above, Newman right below, Kenseth looking pretty safe. Our next race is at Dover, the AAA 400. We hope you check it out. Joey Logano and his team owner, Roger Penske, celebrate in Victory Lane. Remember, follow us on Twitter, at Eddie Kalegi, at Trip McGinnis. For everyone here on WUB Network, I'm Eddie Kalegi. We hope to see you at Dover.